Okay, so check out this title, The Art of Laziness. It sounds kind of crazy, right? Like, how can laziness be an art form? But what if the real secret to finally beating procrastination and actually getting stuff done is to first understand why we're so lazy in the first place? In this explainer, we're going to dig into the big ideas from this book to figure out how to get ourselves moving on the things that really matter.
Let's kick things off with a number. Just a simple number, 3,700. So what is that? Well, according to the book, that's roughly how many weeks you get in your entire life, if you're lucky. 3,700 weeks. When you hear it like that, it really doesn't sound like a lot, does it? All of a sudden, time feels incredibly precious. It puts a whole new spin on how we use every single one of those weeks.
So, with that in mind, let's do a little thought experiment. I want you to just imagine yourself at 80 years old. You're looking back on your life. What are the things you're going to regret? What are those opportunities you'll wish you had just taken? And look, this isn't meant to freak you out. The whole point is to get crystal clear on what's actually important to you, like right now. And you know what's crazy? A lot of these potential regrets are the same for almost everyone. People wish they'd gone after what they really loved, Wish they'd wasted less time just scrolling and being distracted, that they'd spent more quality time with the people who matter and looked after their own health better. See the pattern here? All of these things are the exact battlegrounds where procrastination just loves to win. So, what gives? Why is it so hard to avoid these regrets? Well, the book points to this first huge roadblock, and it's something every single one of us does. It's falling into the trap of blame. I mean, it's just so easy, isn't it? To blame your job, your family, or just the situation. And yeah, for a second, it feels kind of good. It takes the pressure off. But here's the thing you have to get. Blaming other people or things gets you absolutely nowhere. It's a total dead end. It doesn't write that first page. It doesn't get you on that run. It literally solves zero problems. Think about it like this. Every single day, you've got a choice in front of you. You've got the easy path and the best path. And our brains, they are hardwired to pick easy. It's the path of least resistance. Sitting on the couch and watching TV is way easier than going for a run. Mindlessly scrolling is way easier than picking up a book. But that life they're dreaming of, the one without all those regrets, it's pretty much always down that harder road, the best path. And this is where the book just lays it all out, no sugarcoating. It says if you want out of that blame trap, you have to swallow some tough pills. If you're lazy, that's on you. If you're unhappy, that's on you. If you're a procrastinator, yep, that's your fault too. Now hold on, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's the complete opposite. It's about empowerment. Because the second you say, okay, this is my fault, is the exact second you get the power to actually change it. All right, so let's say we've stopped blaming the world around us. Now we've got to face the next boss battle. And this one's a biggie. It's your own comfort zone. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All those routines and habits that just feel safe. They're cozy. But real growth, the kind that changes your career or your health or just you, it never happens there. It only happens when you step up and do the stuff that feels a little scary, a little hard, the uncomfortable things. I love this quote. It just nails it. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. It's so true. It can feel nice and cozy in there for sure, but it's also where potential goes to die. If you really want to achieve something meaningful, you have to be okay with leaving that beautiful place, even for just a little bit each day. Okay, this next part. This is probably the biggest, most critical mindset shift of the whole thing. So you've stopped blaming other people, you're ready to step outside your comfort zone. Now you have to embrace this one single powerful truth. No one is coming to save you. Winston Churchill had a great line. The price of greatness is responsibility. And it's so true. So many of us are just waiting. We're waiting for the perfect mentor or the perfect opportunity or the perfect anything to come along and rescue us. But real progress, real greatness, that only happens when you take full responsibility for your own rescue. To drive this point home, the book tells this brilliant little story. It's about a family of sparrows, and they're living in a big wheat field. So one day, the farmer comes by and says, "All right, my sons will be here tomorrow to harvest the wheat." And the little baby sparrows totally freak out. But the mother sparrow, she's completely calm. She tells them not to worry. Why? Because she knows that when you depend on someone else to do the work, it probably isn't going to happen. And sure enough, the next day, no sons. Then a few days go by, and the farmer comes back. This time he says, "Okay, plan B. I'm going to hire some laborers to do it. And again, the baby birds are like, we gotta go. But the mom just shakes her head. Still not time. Because relying on hired help, that's still depending on somebody else. And guess what? The laborers never show up either.
But then the farmer comes back a third time, and this time his tone is totally different. He says, "You know what? I've wasted enough time waiting for other people. Tomorrow I'm coming back and I'm cutting this wheat down myself."
And right then, the mother sparrow turns to her chicks and says, okay, now it's time to go. Because she knew that when a person finally decides to rely on themselves, the work is guaranteed to get done. That's the whole lesson, right? The only time action is a sure thing is when you're the one taking personal ownership. So, if we stop the blame game, if we're willing to get uncomfortable, and if we decide we're going to be our own hero, there's just one last excuse we have to demolish. And that's the excuse of timing. Come on, we've all been there, telling ourselves, I'll start when I have more money, when I have more time, when I know a little bit more. But this whole idea of waiting for the perfect time, the book calls it what it is, the ultimate form of procrastination. It's just a fancy excuse that will keep you on the sidelines forever. And there's that amazing old proverb, right? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And that just says it all. Sure, it would have been great if you started last year or 20 years ago, but we can't go back. So what's the next best thing? It's right now. This minute. Today. That's the only time we actually have any control over. So at the end of the day, it's not really about what the book says anymore. It's about you. The responsibility is all yours. The time is right now. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do?